Welcome to Success Starts Within, the podcast for ambitious women who are ready to elevate their success, wealth, and confidence, and who are done with getting in their own way. I'm Kirsty, a subconscious and identity coach for women, and in this podcast, we're going to dive into the beliefs, blocks, and patterns that hold you back from being the woman you want to become, so that you can step into a life that feels abundant and alive. And my promise is that you're going to leave every episode feeling seen, inspired, and equipped with the tools to take your next steps towards the woman you're meant to be. So grab yourself a coffee or a glass of wine and let's get started. Hey girls, and welcome back to another episode. I hope you are all having the most wonderful week. I'm done with the fucking rain. I just feel like it's been raining forever. And I'm so ready for spring and some nice, warm, sunny days. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about the weather. I am not the weather lady. Today, I'm here to talk about the scary side of investing in yourself. Yes, you know, when we think about spending some money on us, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, I can't do that. But then if I'm spending money on the children, it's absolutely fine. So I want to talk about when you're looking at your business and when you want to start expanding yourself and your identity and how you want to show up in this world and what you want to have in terms of money, assets, time, memories, because this is all under the same umbrella. When you need to invest in yourself, I'm going to be straight with you. You have to invest in yourself. There gets to a point in your own personal growth where you cannot take yourself any higher. And that is when you need to work with somebody that can support and guide you to that next level. Even the most incredible, like millionaire coaches have a coach. Everyone has a coach. I have a coach. I have an amazing coach. In fact, I have two coaches because I'm really invested in myself. Because when I invest in myself, it means that I am investing in my family. I'm investing in you guys, which I fucking love. I am investing in the women that I haven't even met yet. And I'm investing in the world because my impact is going to have a ripple effect on everybody else. And not only that, it's going to allow me to make money to do the one thing that is the most valuable thing in my life. And that is to be able to take my family on holiday, or little trips in the UK, whatever, 3 or 4 times a year. Because I don't know whether I've said this to you before, I'm a good mum on holiday. Not that I'm a bad mum, actually, that's a really bad thing to say. But I'm a really good fucking mum on holiday. That's not because I start drinking at 10. It is because I don't have to cook, clean, sort, school run, fucking school admin and all that shit that just drives me mental. So that is why I want to make money. But it's taken lots of investments in myself in order for me to get to where I am. So I want to kind of talk about some of the things that I experienced when I was looking at investing in myself. Some of the reasons why I now look back and I think, I actually really regret that because I feel like I've wasted 6 months to a year. So I remember the beginning of, I would say 2024 it was. And I was like, right, I've actually done inner work on myself for the last year and a half. And I need to, I'm getting to a point where I've hit a ceiling. I can't do any more. And I decided to start looking for a coach. And I looked and I met people and I got scared and I backed off. And I literally did this process of getting to the point where we had calls and everything was great. And then I was like, shit, no, I can't. Even though I had a bit of money in the bank, I still didn't feel like I was ready to invest. And one of the things that I used to think and I used to say was, do you know, I need to just think about it a bit longer. And I would go and do a little pros and cons list, and every single time I'll talk myself out of it. Now, what was usually going on for me at that time is that I was worried about making the wrong decision. So I did have quite a lack of self-trust back then. And because I was investing a large sum of money, it was like, well, what if it doesn't work? What if I don't change? And what if it's been such a massive waste of money? Which, by the way, I've invested in quite a few coaches and courses and things like that. And not one of them has been a waste of money. Some have been better than others. But ultimately, each and everything that I've invested in myself has pushed me forward, not backwards. So that's one thing to remember. You know, you might have these big expectations on what you expect to get from the coaching, but ultimately You're not going to go backwards. You are going to learn something. But it's having that trust in making decisions in what is going to be good for you. And you know what? You get the vibe from someone. Like when you meet someone, you will obviously follow them on Instagram or on LinkedIn or whatever, and you'll get the vibe from them and you'll be like, you know what? Yes, she's my girl. I've actually recently just invested in 2 coaches. And I followed them for a little while. I've met them a couple of times and I got their vibe on Instagram. And when I met them face to face, I was like, yeah, this is the vibe. And it was like a full blown, yes, I need to invest in you. And so far it's been absolutely amazing. And I'm very, very lucky. So just sitting on things and waiting for an answer to come and for it to be the right time. Like it's never the right time for anything. You know, like if you've got children, I remember me and John, we were like, right, we're going to start a family at some point. It's like, oh, you know, but we need to make sure that we save for this, we save for that. It's like, when is the right time? Because you just do it and then everything else falls into place, which is exactly what happened with me. I made the financial commitment and I ended up being okay. It didn't make me broke. What it did is it made me expand. It helped me to create my coaching business. It helped me to get clients. So the ROI was, well, I don't know, my maths isn't great, but it was worth it basically. But if you do carry on waiting a little bit longer and waiting for that right moment, then what happens is you just stay in like these internal loops and these thoughts and nothing changes. You know, you're not growing, you're not making more money sometimes, because ultimately with the subconscious work, which is obviously my area and the coaches that I mostly invest in, it's all about making sure that you update these old stories that go around in your mind and telling you that you can't do something or that you can't make money or, you know, people are going to judge you. All of those things are going to keep you playing small. So working with somebody that is going to help you to, firstly, not only clear that fucking shit out of your brain, but secondly, show you that it's actually possible. And that's what I have felt with every single one of my coaches. They all show me that what I want is possible. And when I meet them and I hear their stories, it's so similar to mine, which is why we vibe. And that's another thing as well, is make sure that you vibe with somebody, because obviously you have to open up to a coach and you have to feel that you can trust them. And I worked with a coach once where I think I kind of was a little bit vulnerable at the time, but I kind of invested in her and she was really, really good, but I just wasn't open. And then when I invested in a coach after that, I was a bit more open with my kind of what I was thinking about and what was going on in my mind. And I grew so much quicker. So it's all about having that internal trust as well. And just having that trust in yourself that the decision is right. You will know whether that person that you're going to work with is right for you or not. If it's not a yes in the moment, then it's a no. So you will know. You got to decide what is holding you back. Is it the coach themselves, or is it just you not having trust and feeling like you're worthy of investing in yourself? Another thing as well that kind of comes up and came up for me quite a few times is I don't think it's the right time right now. But really what that is that you're overwhelmed. But if you're going to get somebody to support you, that person is going to support you with the overwhelm. So it's obviously a no-brainer, right? But again, you think if I start working with somebody, that's going to add on to my already busy schedule. I don't know how I'm going to fit in the work modules, the workbooks, the one-to-one calls or the group calls, whatever. But actually, when you're getting that accountability and that support, the overwhelm reduces because you've got somebody to constantly contact. So for me, I have Voxer, and I know with my previous coaches, they've always had the same. And it's just being able to, in that moment, voice note what the hell's going on for you. So when I had a wobble, I'd get on my phone, I'd be like, right, this has come up for me. And we would work through it in real time. And it was done within a matter of a few minutes. But when you're trying to work things out on your own, it delays so much. And I was so guilty of that right at the beginning of this journey, because I was too scared to invest the money, because money was my massive thing way back then. I just tried, I will work it out. I can work it out myself. It's absolutely fine. But I didn't. And I stayed stuck for so long. And I'm not the type of person that regrets things, but I look back and I think I wasted a whole year on fannying around trying to find the right coach, when actually how much further along would I be now if I had got a coach a year before? But you know what? The universe has her plan and we just got to go with it. So it's absolutely fine. But again, it's that feeling that you might be overwhelmed, but all you're doing is you're just delaying something. You're delaying the inevitable, because at some point you will realize, I need to get a coach, and they will support you with your journey. And just think about it. When you are questioning and telling yourself that it's maybe not the right time, what is it? Is it that it really isn't the right time? Or is it a money issue? Because ultimately what you're doing is you're postponing your growth. That's all it is. You're postponing something, as I said, that is inevitable to happen. So why waste the fucking time? Don't waste a year like I did, because, God, I could have my multi-million-pound business by now because I wasted a whole year. Who knows? But anyway, it's just something that I do think I really wish I hadn't done. But hey, whatever. I'm here and I'm having a great time, and I feel that in the short space of time that I have been on this journey, with the support that I have had, I've grown beyond anything that I would ever have expected for myself. And even when I think, God, if that's happened to me in like the last sort of 2.5 years, what the fuck am I going to be doing in another 2.5 years with like support? It's going to be huge. So I'm really excited for me. I really am excited for me, because I've learned that I am worthy of investing my money into. I have never looked back, because I know it has been the right thing for me, and it's worked. It has been proven that I have invested in the right people, because, well, look at me. I'm like on this mission to be an international public speaker. I'm on stages and getting myself out there and talking on Instagram all the time. That wasn't me 2.5 years ago. I never did anything like that. But it's the support and the accountability that I've had from not only a community of women, but having coaches as well. So just think about when you are saying, oh, I just can't justify spending that much on me, or it's just not the right time. What is it actually meaning? And you're worthy of investing in yourself. You're worthy of putting yourself first, because you got to think, as a woman, if we don't put ourselves first, then everything else falls to shit. The family, the house, life falls to shit. And it's not selfish to put yourself first, because everyone needs us to be at the top. But if we're not investing in ourselves, not only financially, but as I said earlier, with love and, energy and time, then, it's all going to fall apart. So invest in yourself, and investing in support saves time. It saves energy. Oh my God. So I have been fannying around about working with a VA for ages because I hate tech. Tech drives me mental, and it just takes me so long. It gets me stressed. It takes time away from connecting with women and working on my business. But because of the money, I was like, I can't invest in a VA. I'll just do it myself. Anyway, I've invested in a VA, literally the best decision I've ever made, because I have freed up so much brain space. And now I've got more time to do the things that are going to make money in my business, rather than the back end shit that I just absolutely hate and just drives me mental and just makes me want to throw the laptop out of the window. So yeah, investing is really, really scary, but it's something that will help us grow and become the woman that we want to be faster and quicker. And to end this note, it is something that will make us happier. You're not doing it on your own. And doing it on our own is a hyper-independence trait. It might come from a fear of needing support and getting somebody else to help you because you've been so independent. Like, I've always been independent. And I think that was one of the reasons why I did think I can do it on my own. And it was hard to find and ask for support, because in a way, it felt like a failure. I was like, God, if I can't fucking do it, then what's the point? But it's not about that. It's about working with teachers that know how to do the things that you can't do, saving you that time, saving you that energy, and also saving you those shitty thoughts that keep going around in your mind when you're not able to do the things that you want to do. And I just want you to know that we wait not because we're uncommitted and we're lazy and we can't be bothered. It's not that at all. We wait because sometimes when we invest ourselves, it kind of like brings to the surface who we might become and what we might outgrow. And that can be very terrifying. And that is an unconscious thing that sometimes happens. So I want you to think about, what is it costing you from keeping waiting from investing in yourself? And that's not only in coaches, that is in all other areas of your life. Like, what is it actually costing you? We're all so busy. We need to claw back as much time and energy as possible. And actually doing things on our own, is it fun? Because for me, it wasn't fun. And when I did work with somebody, it gave me access to a community at the same time. And that is when I really grew and I actually started to love doing the business that I was doing more than I did before. I found a newfound love for it, but I also found a newfound love for myself. So thank you so much for listening. And as always, you can come and book a coffee chat with me. Like, I would love to know who the followers are. I would love to connect with you. I'd love to hear what you're going through in life. Like, what's going on? Like, what's popping up for you? Hope you have the most incredible week. And I will speak to you next week. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Success Starts Within. I hope you're leaving today feeling inspired, grounded, and one step closer to the woman you're becoming. And always remember, success starts within. I'll see you in the next episode.